Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Greetings, my excellent friends. It is so good to see you. It's so good to be back. Today is March 20th, 2020. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How's it going there, chat room? Hello, hello. Coded Beard is here. Just a viewer. Any old viewer, but just a viewer. Good to see you here. Willem is here. Hello. Can't wait to see what I'm up to today. Yeah, me either. What do you say? Let's see what we get into. Let's see what trouble we cause, what we can have fun with here. Gareth, good to see you. I'm doing well. I'm seeing that I've over chroma keyed myself again. Oh no. And let me see if I can simplify that, make that just a little bit better. That should do. I think we're in really good shape. Stelzy is here.
Steel279 just resubscribed for 17 months.
17. Thank you so much, Stelzy. 17 months. And Svava!
Svava Blound just resubscribed
oh my gosh.
for 18 months.
Has it been 18 months? Oh my goodness. A year and a half. Thank you so much, Gareth. Stelzy and Svava, thank you so much for those subs. And of course, we'll make donations to code.org. We're going to help get science and technology into schools. Very cool stuff. And we're nearing the end of the quarter here. We're going to find another charity to support in the second quarter. I can think of a couple charities that are going to need some help here, given the state of the world. Today is day 7 of my lockdown. You might have different different situations depending on where you are. But 7th day here, not allowed to go anywhere. Let's see how things go. Bezos bucks. Spend those Amazon with the Twitch Prime Bezos bucks. Absolutely. Johan! Oh my gosh, look at that.
You have just resubscribed for 21 months.
21 months. Almost 2 years. Thank you so much, Johan. Really appreciate the almost 2 years of subs. That is tremendous. Thank you. Gosh, yesterday was the end of exactly, Gareth. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I normally go for programming charities, but I think for second quarter here, it'd be good to go with some folks that are helping with the pandemic. Svava, thank you so much for that cheer. Really appreciate that, and adding some value here. Almost 2 years of infotainment. You're very welcome. My goodness, it's a pleasure to be able to spend some time with you, write some code, have a little bit of fun, making something that's going to help some folks. Hopefully, we'll see. I've got. This is a Phillies spring training hat, right? Philadelphia Phillies. They're my local baseball team. This is their spring training hat with the Liberty Bell on it. Liberty Bell that rang when Americans announced we were going to declare our independence from England back in 1776, almost 300 years ago, and but really it's a symbol of freedom. And as we think about the things that are happening with pandemic, and folks are being told you should stay at home, minimize your travel, don't engage, keep social distance, we still have a lot of freedoms that you can enjoy, you can go after. This isn't anything to be overly concerned about. Treat yourself well. Be mindful of the guidelines that we're being told by our health leadership. Keep your social distance. Wash your hands. Sanitize those surfaces that may be in contact with somebody else. And we're going to get through this. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Ancient Coder is here, and Curious Drive. Hello. So today, I want to get back into, this is more of Minimal March. We're spending this month, we're showing that you can work with .NET, and you don't have to be in Windows. You don't have to be in Visual Studio. You don't need these big, expensive, onerous Microsoft things to be productive with .NET. You can work in a text editor on the command line in Linux. And we're working through and we're showing that. And we're going to be doing more of that today. And I want to work on a FormView component. We've got all the pieces built now so we can change modes with the FormView. The idea with the FormView component is you lay out almost a data entry form, and you'll be able to click a button at the bottom of the form, and you'll be able to change modes from read-only view to edit view to add view, even into a delete mode, and be able to just click a series of buttons, and you get flip-flopped between those different modes very easily, and it's all handled by the FormView component. So we're going to try and wire up all of that mode changing today, see how far we can get with that, and we're going to do it all in Linux today. Let me get some music running here in the background. I'm going to come back to the couple questions there in the chat room that I see. But of course, we're going to play some music to code by. This is music that's designed to get you in the groove, get you focused on whatever your task might be. And today we're going to play, let's play Gold, this one. There we go. This is written by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. You've seen him a couple times here on the channel. And we really appreciate him letting us listen to his music together while we write code today. Let me take a look, read down the chat room here. M to the M 1337 says, the recent anti-freedom in China has been pretty bad. You're right. They've managed to contain it, and they're now recovering, right? Yesterday was the first day that they didn't have any new folks that were that contracted the virus. So moving in the right direction here with the folks in China. Best of luck to those of you if you're out there in China and you're watching. We're hoping for you. We're praying for you. You're going to get through this. I'm not so much. This is a Phillies hat, but I do have a 76ers hat. I'm not so much a 76ers fan as they play in my city. I'm not really a fan of basketball, but when they're doing well, I'm going to support the local sports no matter what. Gareth says you can be on a command line, on a Chromebook, or on a Raspberry Pi. Amen to that. Yes, we've shown that we could be on the Chromebook. We worked on the Chromebook for a bit. I should break out the Raspberry Pi and do some work on the Raspberry Pi at some point. We've only got about a week and a half left. Friday next week, 1 week from today, we're going to have our 8 to 10 hour ASP.NET Core workshop live on stream. It's going to be tremendous. I've got some folks that are even interested in helping out. I need to finish writing the content, and we'll see how that goes. I'm very excited. Whenever we do a workshop together here on stream, it's always a lot of fun. I hope you tune in. That'll be starting at the same time Friday next week. Thursday next week, I have a guest joining us. We're going to be learning about systems monitoring, application logging, and some services you can use for that. Thank you for the follow. Is that Samo Tisek? Thank you so much for tuning in. Art for the Apocalypse is here. Good morning. Good to see you, my friend. And is that Facu Rodriguez? Good to see you. Welcome. So we've got 2 big days next week, Thursday and Friday, and I want to make sure that we continue that momentum of bringing some fun, different content here. I've got new content that's springing up for YouTube. We've been doing some editing, putting together some new recordings for the YouTube channel. That's going to be getting up to speed here over the next few days. Really excited with what I'm seeing there. I'm really happy with how that's starting to turn out. Callow Creation is here. Callow is another member of the Live Coders team and is going to be one of the speakers for the Live Coders Conf April 9th. More details about that are going to be coming, but you can click the link just below the video here and you can learn more about the Live Coders Conf coming up. Good to see you, my friend. Hello. Alka is here, another Live Coder. Hello, hello. We added 7 new members to the team last night. Not everybody has accepted yet, as when the last few accept, I'll put some announcements out on Twitter about who the new folks are. I didn't do that for a couple rounds of new folks that were added to the team. I'm really looking forward to our new website launching, where you're going to be able to see profiles about everybody and be able to search for folks that are streaming on Twitch around different technologies that you might be interested in. So maybe you're interested in Unity. You want to learn how to do game development with .NET. You'll be able to search for that and find, well, here's some folks that we recommend, and maybe here's when they normally broadcast, and click through so you can follow and subscribe to their channels. So show some support, whatever it might be. So very cool. Angstrom Jimmy is here as well. Hello, hello. Good to see you. 32 away. Yes. So we've had our 10,000 follower goal sitting out here for the better part of 6 months, and we tried to do a race with Fairy Wings to 10,000 because we were both in the 9,000 range, and I lost spectacularly. She made it to 10,000 first. That's okay, but we are 32 away from 10,000. When we get to 10,000, we're gonna have a 12-hour festival here. I'm going to bring in all kinds of guests, folks that you may have seen on channel, folks you may not have seen. And I even want to have a little bit of a call-in hour. Let some of our friends that have been here, subscribers that have been around for a while, jump into Discord and hang out on stream for a bit. But we're going to have a full day, 12 hours together, writing code, learning about technology, and having a good time. And I think we all need a little bit of a good time here on the internet, away from some of those things that are out there going on in the world that aren't the happiest, aren't the best thing going on. Let's have some fun here where we don't have to worry about that, and we can have a good time bettering ourselves. You'd love to learn some more ASP.NET Core, says Gamer2313. Amen. Absolutely, we'll do it. We'll absolutely be doing that. Kate's is here as well. Hello, hello. Thank you, Gareth, for firing the Live Coders command there. Chris Jones, how's it going? So, let's see. let's get over to the Linux machine here. I've got a Linux virtual machine running, and I've got a couple pull requests out here I want to take a look at, discuss, and I think we're going to be able to do something about a couple of, one or two of these maybe. Let's take a look. We're going to head over here. There it is. There's my Linux machine. So I'm running inside of a virtual machine. I'm running Firefox, and I've got these pull requests for our project, the BlazorWebFormsComponents. These are a series of components that we've been working on here on stream. Let me even set the project command. Quality Coder with the host. Thank you so much, my friend. Another member of the Live Coders team. So let me set the project. Configuring. No. Building automatic mode changes for a FormView Blazor component. And there's a link to the source code. Sean says, social distancing myself being the only one in the office. Oh no, only one in the office. Oh gosh. Psycho, benefit of work from home is getting to see a weekday Fritz stream. Oh, absolutely. Go ahead and tune in. Thank you for joining us, Psycho. Good to see you. And gosh, I feel like while we're on this a little bit of this lockdown, a little bit of this away from the office, hanging out with folks on, whether it's on Twitch, maybe you're using Zoom or Teams or Skype to be able to connect and see other people, talk technology, laugh, have a good time is important. And I'm flattered that you would choose to spend some of that time with me. And I hope you find the time worthwhile. Johan says, I'm not allowed at the office. Nobody is. Same here. Yep. Curious Drive is working on Blazor assembly with WebAssembly with ASP.NET Core, trying to figure out how you can use .NET Watch for both client and server projects. You can't. You can't do .NET Watch with Blazor WebAssembly. It's not quite the same because Blazor WebAssembly actually takes an extra step. Let me explain just for a second for anybody who isn't familiar with some of the terms. Blazor is a component-based framework you can use to build user interfaces. So you can put together a series of components to build a web page. There's two flavors of Blazor. There's server-side Blazor, where it will generate the content for that web page from your Blazor components and send that web content, that HTML, to the browser after it's been put together. The other side that Curious Drive is working with is WebAssembly, where it'll send those components down as a compiled DLL. You've seen DLLs on Windows machines or executable files, right? You see an executable, a game that you're going to launch. It's going to send that into the browser, and it's going to run in the browser on your machine. So the challenge that Curious Drive is having is he's trying to get it to recompile automatically for him when files change. That's what .NET Watch does. With WebAssembly, though, it takes an extra step in the compile process to what we call JIT it, to just-in-time compile it, JIT. So that extra step, .NET Watch, I don't think it does very well. Gareth is here. This is the Philadelphia Phillies spring training hat, but I'm particularly wearing it because it's got the Liberty Bell on it. So the 76ers, somebody mentioned I'm a 76ers fan. The 76ers made a white hat with a gold sparkles Liberty Bell on it that looked really cool, and I was just about to buy it, and I passed up on it because I didn't think it would look good on stream. I thought it would reflect the light a little bit too much. So, yeah, Curious Drive, it's just that extra step. But what I can tell you, Curious Drive, is that what we call the inner loop that you're experiencing. When in developers, you know a little bit about the inner loop. We Microsoft refer to that inner loop because we build tools that help developers. When you make a change to a file inside your project, you change some code, you want to recompile and try. You want to run the application to see how things changed. That time from made your change in code, save the file, recompile, and run, that's called the inner loop. We want to shorten that time as much as possible. And if we can even get a debugger hooked on in the middle of that, so you can hit breakpoints and stop with the Microsoft tools, even better. It's going to make you more productive to be able to figure out exactly where your problems might be. I'm part of the last group moving to work from home, says Sean. Oh, good luck to you. Namazri is here. Hello, welcome in. Coder Mullins, good morning. How many Fritz do I have? How many Fritz? Oh, no. Not how many Fritz. Gareth asks, see that? Gareth asks the very, very important question. How many hats does Fritz have? At last count, it's over 80. It's true. Over 80. So, I have a problem. I like hats. I like a lot of hats. I try to wear a different hat each time here on stream. There's, you can't see it, but there's a rack of hats over here hanging from the door. I've got several other racks that I need to finish hanging, but there's a pile of hats over here. There's another pile of hats on a shelf over there. There's hats everywhere in this office. You've got 64.2 Fritz bits. Oh no. For 64.2 thousand Fritz bits, Johan's gonna give me problems here. Hat Addicts Anonymous says boom boom. Yes. I've got so many hats. I've gone so far as I make my own hats as well. It's my thing, just like the Blazor. Yeah, well, thank you. And we need to. I was recording some videos wearing the Blazor and my Blazor hat that I have, the white hat, to introduce and put together a couple of videos to introduce the topic of the Blazor Web Forms components, and I want to record some YouTube videos that show people what they mean, how to get started, and ask for help. Particularly, we've asked for some feedback from folks about how they use web forms and how Blazor could possibly support them and what we can do to help with that. So I'm recording some videos around that, and I've got a tremendous editor that's going to help with those, putting those together and make it look really cool. So that's going to be coming out very, very soon. No, not 30 minutes of hamster voice. Don't do that. I don't think you can. I think there's a maximum number of redemptions on the voice rewards. Quick, go find it and set. Yeah, we can only redeem hamsters twice. There you go. Oh, crumbs, but you can redeem each one of the voice mods twice. Okay, now nothing to see there. How's it going, friends? Okay. You're gonna give me a heart attack here. Jimmy made a loose screen for this Twitch. So worth it. Well, thank you, Johan. All right, let's get into the project. Jeez. Squirrel. And I'm not dressing as that. I am... No, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. Ready, friends? We are 32 away from 10,000. Squirrel. I normally stream for about another hour and a half. If we get over 10,000 in the next hour and a half, I'll wear the squirrel costume for the rest of today's stream and Sunday's stream. The challenge, the gauntlet has been set. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your friends. And of course, we'll give away some stickers. I'll give away a Live Coders backpack when we get to 10,000 as well. If we get that over 10,000, I will dress as a squirrel for the rest of the stream and Sunday. Crows! Subscribed for 19 months. Hi. So good to see you, my friend. More than a year and a half together. Thank you, Crows, for joining us for that time. We're going to make another donation to code.org. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, there's one now. Coder Mullins. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. So the gauntlet is set. And no, I'm not going to do that. No. All right. So let's get into the code. Let's talk about this. 31 to go. Ancient Coder is counting down. Oh boy. All right. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get back into the code here. Let's actually write some code, all right? It's been a half an hour since we got started, and I've been on this screen looking at GitHub like a moron here and haven't really gotten into it. There's 4 pull requests out here. Let's take a look at this. Is the 24-hour party still happening? It's a 12, not 24, 12. Look at this. Ancient Coder's trying to get double the value out of me. It will be a 12-hour. I can guarantee that. 24 is a lot. I can tell you this. I'm working on. I would love to put together 24 hours of live coders in an event. And I think we're just about at the point where we have 24 hours of live coder teammates streaming around the clock. You can find somebody from the team streaming all the time. We're just about there. We've got just about all the coverage. So we'll see how that works. Crows is super awesome. It's super awesome to support me. Piled up with work so not so often. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate any time somebody stops in. It would be fantastic to have a 24-hour event of live coders supporting each other and showing some things together. Yeah. Maybe even, we were even talking at one point about a hackathon, a 24-hour hackathon where we hand off from one live coder to the next. Maybe we pair program during those handoffs between groups. I don't know. There's a lot of different things that we could do together because we know there's a lot more folks that are watching Twitch, watching video on the internet, and just hanging around the internet than normal. And to offer some fun, something interesting, something that you can participate in and feel good about. It feels like the right thing for us to do as technologists. Lannon BR has done this. Well, yes, the heat map. You're right, Chris. So you can actually see, I can share that link. Well, you've shared the link. I can navigate to it. You can see when there are live coder folks broadcasting, and there is one square there on Monday where somebody wasn't broadcasting, but there's always somebody that is working on code live on Twitch. Look at that. Look at that group of folks. MB Crump, CLW, Full Stack Live, Lana Lux, Code Rushed, InstaFluff, Tutor Exilius, Ace Gikmo, Beachcast, Polarin. And here's the thing. We've got more live coders that are coming on now that are not English first speakers. We've got a number of folks that are coming on that speak Spanish. We've got some German-speaking live coders that are joining the team. Portuguese-speaking live coders that are joining the team. I'm thrilled that this is becoming such a worldwide movement. And we're going to reflect that in our jerseys that we're issuing to teammates. And this isn't something... I actually had somebody say, hey, do I need to buy my live coders jersey? No. You get one because you're a team member and you're going to like it and you're going to wear it because it's awesome and you're awesome. Everybody gets a jersey. I have the last 10 from 2019 all set to ship out. I'm going to head over to the post office. It might be Monday just because I need to get some new labels printed. They don't have labels at the post office right now. Thank you for the follow. By the way, I am Somnia. Welcome in. So the jersey is, I'm not going to tell you the details of it, but it has the 2 sponsor logos on it for 2020. But the team does know that on the one sleeve, we're letting them put their national flag so they can show that, hey, I'm a member of an international organization. So that when there's a bunch of us that get together, and you see a picture of a bunch of us, a bunch of the live coders with our jerseys, it reflects, and you'll be able to see that, hey, this is a group of folks that are Canadian, American, British, German, Dutch, Australian, is it New Zealanders? And so forth. Tremendous group that really going to reflect great stuff there. Azure Sharp asks, how does someone get involved with the team? Real easy to do. You can go to, well, if you go to livecoders.dev, which is right now, it's kind of a stub that'll take you to the team page here on Twitch. And I know that guy. There he is. You can click through. More information can be found at, there's a homepage here on GitHub. And we talk about what we look for in Live Coders team members. Real easy. Twitch affiliate or partner. That makes sure that folks aren't just driving by, hey, I'm going to be a streamer, I want to be a live coder. No. You've committed and you've actually done something here to make sure that you're going to be on Twitch for a long time. Yeah, politely answer questions from viewers. Polite is the key word there. And it's not constantly answering questions like I do, right? There are some folks who do a bit of work, pause, answer questions. Promote a positive, inclusive, that's an important thing, inclusive, welcoming chat room. It's a person, not a brand or a company account. Regularly write code or make hardware with technology. Regularly write code is kind of the thing there is we want to make sure that folks are not joining just so they can add the live coders into a list of other things that they belong to. And I hope what you see is that this group is supportive of each other. We collaborate with each other and we build each other up so we can be better technologists. Because there's some folks on the team who literally wrote the book on several topics that you appreciate. Mark Miller, Code Rushed, he wrote the book on user interface design. Literally studied this, is a scientist who knows it inside and out. Code Rushed is tremendous. Al Swaggart just joined the team. Literally wrote the book on Python. And he's a live coder. James Montemagno is the face of mobile development with .NET. Tremendous technologist, builds mobile apps on his stream. You gotta love tuning in and watching James. And he enjoys a fine cup of coffee as well. So, all kinds of great folks out here. Callow is here. Callow does some really great stuff with it. He knows the interactions of the bots and things inside and out with Twitch and Discord, and he's been working on some really great stuff there on his channel. And you know what? To be able to promote each other and interact and learn from each other. Tremendous stuff that we want to continue to support and grow. Yeah, you're right, BSD guy. Let's do this. Let's get back into our code here. You're right. I should post a picture of the 2019 jersey here so folks can see that on the GitHub. Hey, I know that guy. I don't want to show you all the files and things that I'm working on, but I can. Live coders, jerseys, 2019. That's kind of what it looked like. So I showed this. This was the social sample that we published last year of what the jerseys look like. They're really cool, and actually I have one just here for Callow sitting in the studio here. I need to get sent out, but we should get those posted because it also helps promote our 2019 sponsor, Content Lab. Content Lab is continuing with us for 2020, and we've got a new sponsor we're bringing on, FaunaDB. They make a cloud-based database that you can use with all your applications. We're going to learn more about those in the next week or so, actually. 2019 is back. Yeah, could be. Latest episode of Jimmy's podcast features Mark Miller. Very cool. There you go. Make sure you check out that link. You can listen to more of Jimmy's podcast. No, Quality Coder, what happened with your jersey? Love to hear about that. Oh no, Zulu King lost job due to the coronavirus. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's get over to our project. Maybe we can distract and get away from some of those things. 30 to go here. If this crosses 10,000 today, I'll put on the squirrel costume. Change your username from company to individual and become an affiliate. Can I join even though you're an indie dev? You can join, yes. Elitist Games, I would take you at that anyway. TBD Gamer!
Just gifted 10 subs.
Oh my goodness. 10 gift subs into the channel. Thank you so much. Wow. Let me come back to you for a second in Elitist Games, but Willem Mates restarted M to the M1337, Astheron, Ice Cream Codes, D Trouble, Wabuffet OMG, Foachon, Veronica Geek, Code Stencil. Congratulations, you just got a gift sub, and Zulu King. Thank you so much. We're gonna make
68 gift subs in the channel.
I get it. We're gonna make 11 donations to code.org. Thank you so much. That is really cool, TBD Gamer. And TBD Gamer is another member of the Live Coders team as well. So, Elitist Games, the block here for person not a brand or company account is to prevent Microsoft from joining the team, AWS from joining the team, right? Twilio from joining the team. These are brand accounts that some folks on the team do broadcast on, but those big companies, we don't want them to be part of the team because we want you to see the same face coming back again and again and again. And a branded account like that only you stream on, we're okay with. Dev Chatter is the same way, right? That's Brandonius, and that's great. He does some really cool stuff. That's his brand for his stream and things. It's fine. That's how he streams, and it is always him, no problem. And it's effectively a handle like that. So we're good like that. So that type of branding is okay. But having somebody come in and want to join the Visual Studio channel or the Amazon Alexa channel, no. But we'll bring in we'll bring in oh my gosh, I'm forgetting Tyler's last name. And we're not going to bring in Dev Express, but we've got Code Rush. That's his brand. That's his channel name. Okay, but it's always him. That's the thing, is it's always the same person. Maybe we can clarify that just a little bit. And we've got, instead of Amazon Alexa, we've got Jeff Blankenberg joining us. I think there's some really cool things that we should talk about doing with Jeff and Amazon Alexa and the Live Coders. But anyways, Tyler Leonhardt, thank you, Chris. So Quality Coder says the jersey runs small. Yeah, I've heard that. And the one we ordered was too small, so you ordered another one, made sure you ordered the next size up. They sent you another one of the same size. Oh no! They finally sent you another one of the new larger size, so now you have 3. But so Quality Coder, does the larger one fit well? Let me know. Small indie businesses are awesome to support. And I think that's kind of a thing, is indie businesses, indie brands, I think we can support. Elitist Games will get to affiliate status and apply. Awesome. Keep plugging away. We're happy to cross promote and support and help you get there. Certainly we've got some encouraging folks in streams that want to help get there. A personal brand is okay, not a company brand. That's a good way to put it, Chris. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Games Mom is here. Good to see you. It's G Mom if you hear Sushi Codes and Sausage Cam if you watch their streams. Hello. Since we're teaching from home for now, here you are. Well, welcome in. Callow!
Callow Creation gifted Elitist Games a subscription. Callow Creation gifted
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Games. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Very cool. Thank you. Appreciate that, and we'll make another donation to code.org. Quality Coder says the larger one is a tiny bit on the small size, but may just be you getting from a little extra 3D rather than the jersey being too small. I know what you mean. And we've advised folks for this year, order a size up, because they do run a little bit small. Yeah. And so there's now 130 members of the team. And only 50 have filled out our form to order the new jersey. And I can tell you that the new jersey looks spectacular. It's not the same base color. We changed up the base color, and it's going to look tremendous. It already does look tremendous. The couple folks that we've shown it to, our friend Mary Jo Stabler on the team designed it, and it looks so good. It does. Burnax 691, thank you so much for the follow. Let's get back into the code here, all right? We've done a lot of discussion here. Let's take a look at this. So there's a couple fixes that came in here for our grid view component. This is a grid component, so you can generate and just put that grid of things on the screen, right? You've got a grid you want to show that is a list of product and stock levels that you want to report. Great. You've got a grid that's a list of here's the products are available for people to purchase, or maybe it's a list of orders that need to be processed and shipped. Terrific. So it looks like we still have, I'm not quite sure if I want to take this yet. I'm not sure if I want to take this at all, because I think we have a fix for this that handles it. Is Gareth still here? What do we think? Oh, BSD guy, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. How many jerseys will have the flag? You're considering modifying yours to include the flag. I can tell you that about 70% of them have different flags on them. And most of them are requesting national flags. There's one individual asked to put the European Union flag. I can tell you. Potato quality. That's our friend Chrissy Lemaire. She does a broadcast from her home in Europe. I think she's out there that she's in Belgium. But she's moved around to a couple different countries. Instead of getting France or the Belgian flag, she wanted to get the European Union flag. Sure, no problem. Gareth! Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look a little bit deeper here. That's fine, we'll pass on this for now. The link button that Hisham submitted here, I'm not thrilled with where he went with this just yet. And I'll show and explain it here in a second. There's a lot more comments here. Yeah, so that was kind of the motivation, Alco, to put a flag on the jerseys to show that we are an international group. And I wasn't going to be... I know there are some folks that they might be in different countries, and they might be residing in one country and have the flag for their homeland where they were born put on their jersey. That's okay too. No constraint on what you put on there. Just want to show off that we're an international group. So, Coder Mullins working on their stream setup, so get there someday. Absolutely. So the link button, this is inside of web forms. There's this concept of not only do you have a hyperlink that'll take you somewhere else, but you have a hyperlink that'll also trigger some sort of a command, or it'll submit a form, which is kind of an anti-pattern for web development. You want a button or something that submits a form to look like you're submitting a form, you're taking an action. But you could do that with link buttons in web forms, and to support that, we're just pulling together a simple link control that does that. So Hisham said, oh, I've got this, I'm going to take a shot, and updated the documentation to have a link to basically a copy of the button documentation at this point, but didn't implement everything. So link button.razor that has a little bit of work here to generate, instead of a button like it is, it's generating a hyperlink, an A tag, right, an anchor that'll navigate somewhere else. Okay, but this is the part that I want to push back a little bit on. I think Hisham might be able to not have the link button inherit from our base component, but instead build on top of the button that we've already built, so that all of these things just work and do the exact same thing. Because the only difference between a link button and a button, if I remember correctly, is one looks like a link when you generate it on a web page. The other looks like a button. So I think we might be able... I'm going to push back just that little bit of feedback here to Hisham, because that's going to significantly accelerate the development of this, I think. Oh, you get the emotes now. That's right, Elitist Games. There's 17 emotes that you're going to get now. And importantly, you get to throw emotes at the screen, at my face, and it turns off the ads on the channel. Quality Coder filled out the form for the new Live Coders jersey. Yes. Very cool. So let's do this. Let's give a little bit of... I didn't want to click that. What happens if you have the link button class inherit from the button class instead of the base web forms component? You should be able to reuse a lot of the same logic. And hopefully that'll help Hisham get a little bit of speed behind this and jumpstart it and maybe get pushed through a little bit faster. Azure Sharp with the darn skippies. Yes. .NET Core 5 preview is out. You are correct. It doesn't have any new features for any of the user frameworks yet. And this framework, this project we're working on, I want to make sure that it works with .NET Core 3.1. At some point, we'll need to bring .NET Core 5 in to make sure it works over there as well. But no updates have been released for Blazor for .NET Core 5 yet. Well, it's not .NET Core 5. It's just .NET 5. So we're going to wait before we start testing this with .NET 5. And I hope you like. I hope the new folks who just got subs, I hope you like the rainbow bearded emotes, the robot remotes that you see in there, all kinds of robots that you see in there, and the robot arms. There's arms and hands that you can use to make the robot look like he's doing different things. So that's the link button that Hisham's been working on. We looked at this. No change here, and I'm going to avoid the Blazor client side, and Hisham hasn't done anything additional down here. Electro shared with us this little bit of feedback. Electro asked a question on stream yesterday. Got a good answer. And the idea is they have an app built in web forms that's pretty big. 150 plus ASPX pages, so to rewrite in Blazor is going to take a long time. Is there any way to host the Blazor version alongside the existing version, get them to work together, and then swap out the old site piece by piece? With respect, I'm going to just fix the spelling there of piece by piece. I should note that. Edits by C# Fritz to correct spelling. Okay. I want to make sure nobody's thinking I'm going through and changing that. This sounds like a pretty good set of samples and docs that we could build to help folks, to help illustrate, right, how to migrate to Blazor and how to migrate to Blazor. And I'm going to throw a docs label on this, documentation and samples, and I'll put a help wanted on here as well. So if anybody wants to take a look at putting together a proof of concept of what it looks like to take a web forms application and maybe pop out a folder and change that to ASP.NET Core with Blazor and put it back in, see how that works. Back to work. Have a good one, Elitist Games. Thank you so much for stopping by. Public users can actually view post edits. Good. Okay. Interesting. It didn't include. Oh, is it because I did that inside of? Yeah, like this. Let's do like that. That should be easy to see. Yeah. All right. So we've got some comments on our issues and that we're pushing back on. You know what? I'm not going to label this use case. Nah, just documentation. I think this is something good here to really illustrate. Maybe we tinker with that sometime next week. Maybe. All right. Let's write some code. Let's get over to the project. Here's our sample form view that we've been working with. Very simple. And it's got a system threading tasks task.
Oh my.
That's not right. What happened to my header? That's not right. Let's fix that. and come back around and take a look at changing modes. What the heck? Why am I outputting a threading task? Here I am. This is Tmux here on Linux. Lets me have a couple different windows and tabs and panes of terminal here that I can work through. And I can tell you that
60% of the time, it works every time.
Actually, it's more than 60%, but it's really good for us to be able to navigate around and work on projects. That is weird. Boom Boom suggests maybe it's an asynchronous method. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let me change over to, this is the FormView Razor. Let me see. At the top, where it would be outputting that. No, I don't think it's in here. Let me change over to over here. So this is inside of my sample project that's actually rendering that page. What folder am I in? All right. So I have a folder of control samples here, and then I group them by the various controls here. To make it easier to find, here's what's available. There's my simple sample. So let's take a peek inside there. So here is a simple form view with an item template. So when I look at this, it's a form view with that item template, table trtd, and then it's just the items. I said indent.
And then?
I think our problem is somewhere else. Is it happening here in the on data binding? It might be. I bet you it is. I bet you that's what it is. BSD guy says Microsoft Build will be virtual. Yes. There's plans, there's discussions going on right now. Not right now, but this week. I understand that for internal planning purposes, we're going to have a little bit more direction shared with us today or Monday, and announcements about how that lands should be coming out very soon after that. But we need our directions as far as what they're deciding and where they want to go exactly with that. If it were up to me, and if any one of Satya's friends, coworkers, direct reports is listening, and I better be careful because Frank Shaw will get on my case here if I say the wrong things. Love my job, love my employer, have a fantastic time working. They give me tremendous freedom to do things like this, and they want to support you, the technical community. I think Build is an aspirational event. Marcus
Voice
give me a second, I'll get back to this.
For 6 months.
Thank you so much, Marcus. That's going to put you into a blue subscriber hat. Thank you so much, and we'll make a donation to code.org. So, Walter, I completely agree with you. Let me change views here because I want to get a little serious. Hi, welcome in. My name's Jeff. Build is an aspirational event. Microsoft Build is an event that a lot of folks want to go to. Just like Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, just like Google I/O, Facebook F8. These are aspirational events that, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool if I could get to go to that event. I used to say that about Microsoft PDC, and I never got to go because there's a very small, relatively, number of attendees that are allowed. Only 3,000 to 6,000 that were allowed to go to the conference. And MVPs and folks that were partners and customers got tickets ahead of time. So for me, junior developer in nowhere, Pennsylvania, there was no way I was going to get a chance to go to those conferences. Certainly. And Google I/O, you will never, unless you know somebody at Google and you can blackmail them, you will never get a ticket to Google because Google I/O is invite only. And for what we do as technologists, for what we aspire to be, these aspirational events, in my opinion, in this opportunity of virtual conferences, we should make these more accessible to everyone. And I'm not setting a direction. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing with my virtual events that I'm trying to run here. I would love to see these events be more accessible to everyone. I would love to see not just the 300, 400 level advanced, check out the really cool new thing that's happening over here with Azure Service X, Y, and Z and C# 27, whatever version. Let's also show and give introductory stuff for folks. There's Steve now. Let's give some introductory content for folks that are just starting their journey. That junior developer that's in Alabama. That person who's working in IT and wants to learn a little bit more about software development that's in France. Let's give them an opportunity to learn more at an aspirational event like Microsoft Build that'll get them started on that journey, get them excited about all the Microsoft technologies and tools. And I think this model that we have, where we don't have the constraints of a convention center, we don't have the constraints of just 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific, and we can go a little bit further, we can get a little bit more innovative, we can do a little bit more with our time together, because there is no boundary on the time. We don't have to close because the city of Seattle says, oh, you're done. You've hit curfew hour, or it's been 8 hours, you're done. No, we can break that mold. We can do different things. And you've seen we do that with .NET Conf. I think, in my opinion, I'm not the one setting the direction for this. I would love to see these events break the mold and take those next steps to be more inclusive. Give an opportunity to folks who wouldn't be able to make the trip to Seattle, be able to afford or get that first 5,000, 6,000 tickets to the event, whether it's WWDC, Apple's event in San Francisco, or Google's event. You're not invited, sorry, to Mountain View. Open the doors. Everybody deserves a chance to learn. Everybody wants to participate, should be able to participate. Does it mean the tickets are going to be free? I don't know. I can't answer that. Those are the types of decisions that they're going through at a high level to decide what's the structure of this. But I think it's an opportunity. And even if these events don't go inclusive like that, friends, you've seen that I walk the walk and I talk the talk. I will be giving you inclusive free events that you can participate in right here on Twitch. Okay? So, let me take a look. There's a couple messages that went flying by there while I was on my diatribe. Let me see. WQ Walter asks, what about going from ASP.NET Core without Blazor to using Blazor? That's not bad. There's already... going from ASP.NET Core to Blazor with this project that we're working on is meant to support folks who are using web forms. So from going from ASP.NET Core to ASP.NET Core with Blazor isn't a target scenario for this project. It's not a bad suggestion, it's just not a target scenario. You know what, let me stay over here because there's some questions I want to answer. Scrolling down, I'm looking. Troopzor is here. Hey, Troop, good to see you. The gritty emote is all you want. Well, I've got that. You'll see it appear in there. Ta-da. Let's see. Elitist games with the bot. Back to work. Public users can actually view post that. Okay, we already crossed that. Okay. Pac-Man Jr. says, noticed we did the MVP conference at Microsoft. Was that an internal only conference or was it publicly available? Let me put that question up here so that where'd it go? So that folks can see what I'm answering. There it is. So MVP conference, the MVP summit is an event for Microsoft most valuable professionals, the MVPs, and that's an award that they receive, and as part of that, they get access to talk to the product teams during that summit event. So it's not an internal event, but it's a pseudo public event, right? It's an invite only event to brief a small group of folks about things that aren't publicly announced yet. It effectively almost like a super user study to show here's the things we're thinking of, give us some feedback, and talk about, here's some new ways that we could go, different things that folks are seeing to improve the technical community. And it feeds into some of what we're going to show and do at Build. So it's not public, but there were 3,000 people tuned into that. Thank you for the follow, Medmain101. Appreciate you joining us. And the other one was, is that Ongi? Or Ongi? I don't know how to pronounce that. Welcome in. Scrolling down, looking at some more. Is Build going to be open for all? There was that. Okay, I answered that. I don't know the answer to that. Launched a ticket with a special price for people in America. NG Conf did. Yeah. Yep, that's a very cool thing for them to do. Azure Sharp says, with .NET Core, it's much easier to justify introductory content. Yes, because it's a newer technology. 5 years old, .NET Core is. There's so much new stuff in C# 8 and .NET Core 3.1 that a seasoned senior dev and junior dev are on equal footing. And Azure Sharp likes the idea. Yeah, I agree with you. Icarus Complex says, as that junior developer, appreciates the thought, that insight. Yeah. Let's build something awesome. I completely agree. Eagle is here. Hello, hello. Shouldn't companies start marketing event in college or educational systems suggest Burnax? You know what? That is not a bad idea. I like that. That is a very good idea. Where'd that go? I want to make sure I highlight. Not Burn. Is it Burnax? Yeah, I pronounced that right. There you go. I agree. If we're going to do a little bit more educational content, because we're going to be able to break out of this, that would be tremendous. There's also this concept, this fear I hear among folks. Well, just publishing more content doesn't mean more people are going to watch it. No, it doesn't. But more people aren't going to watch less content because there's less content. Less content across more breadth, more skill levels has a chance at that, at least a chance. If it fails, it fails. You haven't spent any more money because don't need additional space. And you're just going to be throwing videos onto YouTube or somewhere else. No big deal. In my humble opinion. I could be completely wrong, but in my opinion. Will Build be Microsoft only presenters, asks Eagle. Don't know. Hasn't been decided yet. In years past, Build as a purpose, for its purpose, was a product showcase. A product showcase should be led by the people who are making the products, was my opinion. And if we want something that's more a celebration of a technology and showing here's things that other folks are innovating, that's where something like a .NET Conf comes in, because it's celebrating and showing here's what the entire community, not just the product team, are doing around a technology. That's where I think those things are. But Build being a Microsoft product showcase should be led by product teams, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I've felt about it. Troopsor says, if these conferences also had a virtual aspect, go on. Kind of like what BlizzCon does, that also allows for viewing parties, which will still allow for those sweet, sweet networking opportunities. The problem with the viewing party right now is that we want to have that social distancing. That's the only problem I have with that concept. But you're not wrong. I do like the idea of folks being able to congregate in a chat room like this and have a good time talking together. Breaking down walls is amazing. Oh my gosh, MVC is not Blazor, Marcus. Different. There are so many great and amazing people that we don't get to learn from and don't get to reach because of price, travel, time off, many other reasons. Gareth is spot on with this statement. There's folks who, right, price, travel, time off. Don't forget, there are folks who don't have access to in-person events because of different physical challenges. it's a little bit harder for somebody who's sight challenged to go to a conference or can't hear to go to a conference. It's a little bit trickier, right? And there's still some other folks that have health challenges, anxiety, these things, and for them to be around a couple thousand people, go into a conference presentation room where there's seats for 1,200 people, that's pretty stressful. But to be able to watch from the safety and comfort of home, nice cup of coffee, and watch on the big screen TV and be able to participate through a chat room, that's inclusive in a way that no in-person conference ever could be. I'm going to continue scrolling. Unity 3D uses C#. Yes. I don't know if does it use Java? WQ Walter says, I see Code Stock in Knoxville was canceled. Yeah. It was. I was really looking forward to going to that one as well. You can use the MVP community to drive people to digital viewing parties. Yeah, that might be something. Doing a workshop to convert from MVC to Blazor. Is what Marcus was suggesting here. So a little bit of showing convert an MVC project to Blazor. That's not bad. Okay, I can buy into that. That's a good idea. So, all right, let me get back over. Let's find... I really appreciate the questions and talking around the technology there. Really good stuff. And Troopser, while I'm looking at it, and Medmain, if you want to check out, you want to learn more about Unity, I suggest you check out my friends here on the Live Coders team. I'm going to particularly reference Sushi Codes. You'll find her. She's been building with her husband, Sausage Cam. I love the screen names. They've been building games. Using Unity. They're trying to stick to one game a month, but business has been coming up and distracting them. But you can see some of the games they've been building in the evenings on stream. And of course, you can check out Lana Lux. Is a tremendous developer, and she's building games here on the Live Coders as well. Pac-Man Jr.
For 24 months.
2 years. Woo! Thank you, Pac-Man Jr. for 2 years of sub. That is awesome. Thank you so much. 2 years of subscription, I think. I forget what color hat that is now. Is that an orange hat with a propeller? I'm forgetting what... You're almost at the edge of the badges that I have available. Yeah, 2 years. There we go. It's a blue hat with a propeller. There's one more after that at 2.5 years. And I need to get some more badges made. I need to figure out what to put on the hat then. All right, let's write some code. So we were looking over here, and there's this weird, why is it outputting that? And I have a feeling it's this right here on line 12 and on line 16. It's not, right, these on data binding invokes. Instead of doing something, they're trying to output something there. They're trying to write some content. But I thought invoke async returned right on data binding async. Oh, that's coming out of somewhere else. All right. Can we change this up? What can we do here? Maybe instead we do just execute this and not actually have it output write data, right? So in that case, we can do something like this, and it'll execute what's inside that block, I believe, when that happens. So let me go back here. If I do it like this and go to the end and do that, write that out. It's going to rerun my tests here. Let's make sure the tests run. Or not. Darn it. Darn it. That should have worked. Should have totally worked. Thinking. Unexpected. Once inside the body of a code block, you don't need to switch. All right, I don't need to switch. So can I just do that? Can I do... Will that work? Tell me unit tests. Does that work? I'm enjoying my vanilla cappuccino madrinas today. There we go. That worked, and we should still have the same number of tests passing. 155 over 155. Whoa! Good. Let me go back over here. Let's refresh the page. No. Where the heck are those? Did it... I don't know if it actually restarted the server. Let's force the server to restart. I don't know about normal brackets. Let's see. Medbane says, I only use GameMaker Studio 2 because I understand it more. That's okay. Use the tools that make you happy and make you productive. Medbane says it's kind of a thing for devs. You stick to an engine you understand. Absolutely. And you forget everything else. I agree. You see me stumble sometimes here with JavaScript just because I don't use it that frequently. Oh no. I said JavaScript. There's a thing here on channel in case you haven't seen it. There they are. The horses love JavaScript. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. Arago, hello. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. I think friends like Svava and some other people here, they just get tired of hearing the horses. They hear the horses and oh no. No, that doesn't happen. See that? See that in chat? Just dots. Not gonna answer that. Fritz is off the rails again. All right. And after all the talk about chipmunk mode, nobody redeemed it. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna move on. All right. Here we go, friends. I will bring out the Mad Titan for you. For you, it will be the Mad Titan. Let's, this has some music to go with it, so we will get this started the right way. Darn it! It's like voice mod goes to sleep on me here, and I need to restart it. That's okay. We'll get that running again. But we have a redemption from Canhorn for me to sound like the Mad Titan here. Here it comes.
Five minutes on the clock, please. Thank you. Welcome in, friends. It's time for some code. I am not myself. Is here. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. You like the Mad Titan. I like me too. Alright. We were changing modes with our form, so that you could click a button and change from read-only mode to edit mode. This isn't Star Wars. Blah, no. Iron Man from Black Sabbath. Maybe. Alright, I can buy that. But I have this cool gold glove with all these gems on it. It's really nice. Tony Stark took it. I don't know. Alright. The name of those commands that we're gonna look for is, I forget. Let's go look for it. Mr. Balmer, hello. No, it's the Bear 707. Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining us. And, I look forward to seeing you in the chat room, the Bear. Welcome in. Alright. Is that a thing? D-Trouble asks... What do you use to do the voice mod? It's an application actually called Voice Mod. Here it is. I have the professional version. They've sent me versions here to test, to play with, to show off to you. We've given away a couple of copies here on stream, but this runs off of my headset and this microphone. So, that's how I do it. It's all good fun. You dislike JavaScript just as much as the next developer who blew up their website one too many times. Oh no. The JavaScript hate bandwagon gets old really fast, says Boom Boom. Really? But frankly, there's no viable alternative for real-time, thank you for the horses, DOM manipulation, the document object model, manipulating your webpage, and getting the level of user experience everyone wants out of a webpage. Stay tuned for Blazor. It's coming! And it will be amazing. Alright. And we'll have a magical jacket to go with it. Blazor is the way. That's a different show. Not my show. Alright. So how do we change? So we have a link button that says command name edit, and it will put us into edit mode. Okay. So there's an item template. There should be an edit template as well. There it is. Edit item template. So we need to support that. And update and cancel. So we need those two commands as well. Yes. Icarus Complex. Now I like the way you're talking. I gotta put that on the screen. Because it's right. It's so right. Blazor is the snap that eliminates half of the JavaScript frameworks. Isn't it? Let's find out. Darn it, we still have Angular and Vue and Ember and what else? React? Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. Brian Lagunas is here. I am the Mad Titan. The Mad Titan Fritz. Hello, good to see you. Love to see some other frameworks similar to Blazor for other languages. Maybe. It's up to them. So let's make these buttons work. So let's build this sample. Put this into our samples and be able to actually debug through and see how it works. I think that's a good thing to do. Oh gosh, there's the end of our time together.
Right. All right, back to normal me. Thank you for the redemption. Always fun to change up my voice there a little bit. And answer questions as the Mad Titan. I need to actually have like a mask or something. One of those was it Snap masks that they put on? Those are really cool. Might be able to do something with that. So, oh, and we've even got a clip from I Am Not Myself. Blazor is the snap that eliminates JavaScript. Nice. Nice. Thank you. Burnax asks an interesting question. Before I put this into our code here, before I put this into our sample, let me answer Burnax's question, because I think it's not bad. What's the main responsibility for an MVP? Now, I'm assuming when you say, are you referring to a minimum viable product? Or, Burnax, are you referring to a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional? Milanx can't wait for .NET 5. Me either. .NET 5 is going to be tremendous. Brian is still trying to figure that out. The massive vanilla pod. Kate's, that's not right. Not massive vanilla pod. No. Different. That's not what we're talking about here, okay? It didn't play that. Darn it. Oh well. Yeah, can you give me, Burnax, MVP, are you referring to Microsoft Most Valuable Professional, or are you referring to a minimum viable product? Two different things. I don't want to answer both. I don't want to waste time. Most valuable. Okay. So the Microsoft MVPs, So full disclosure, I was an MVP before I was hired, and now I manage the MVP program. So I've gotten very interesting viewpoint of the entire cycle here. An MVP is somebody who engages with the technical community, provides leadership, both thought leadership and educational leadership. Maybe a little bit of both, maybe one or the other, but they provide leadership to help forward our technical communities with at least a foot, with some presence in Microsoft products. And this is something quite frankly, an MVP got very upset at me saying that, and they called a vice president and tried to get me fired because I said that. But this is the way it is. We want folks who are experts, who are tremendous in their technical communities, that have some participation in things Microsoft does to collaborate with the teams, with the product teams, provide some feedback, and also help show some of the cool things that we are doing when they do their educational pieces, when they do their speaking at conferences, when they work on their products, so that we can grow the entire community. There are some folks who think that MVPs should be marketing people or developer advocates. No. Do your thing. You're having a great time promoting whatever educational content you're building, whatever products you're building. And we want to help you do that and get feedback from you so we can make our products that you might collaborate with in how your product works, or that educational content about some product or some technology. We want to make sure that all of us help each other. So that's kind of the growth pattern of that. And Brian, you're spot on. This is a very good point. Being an expert is not necessarily required. Just a passion for the community. Yes. Microsoft technology and growing that, and I'm even going to pull off there Microsoft technology. Just technology, right? Having some foot in Microsoft, right? And so I would say that folks who are Python, right? We don't make Python. Microsoft doesn't make Python. But folks who are Python experts, it's tremendous to have you as part of the Microsoft MVP community, because we do build tools to help Python developers. And if you use those tools, and that's something that works well for you, and you're an expert in Python that wants to get ahead with those tools and work with those, particularly Visual Studio Code and some of the other Python things we're doing for Azure, well, tremendous. We want to work with you. So there are people who said, well, gosh, would you bring on the folks who make Jenkins and make them MVPs? If people are using a lot of Jenkins on Azure and the Jenkins folks build cool Azure bindings for their product, yeah, absolutely. And that makes some folks mad. Gosh, we work so hard to promote and make sure that product X, Y, and Z. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And these people are doing great things also, and we want to support them too. So, busy week. Bald Bearded Builder is here. Bam! Is that a thing? I don't know. Good to see you. Did you get a chance to... the Bald Bearded Builder is a brand new MVP. Did you get to watch some of the MVP Summit this week? Let me know. There's a .NET Slack that you had some success with. Yes. What people from Microsoft are doing since .NET Core for community is super. Yeah. Not just .NET Core, but there's Python work, there's PHP work, not as much PHP work, JavaScript work, TypeScript work that's being done, and now stuff for Apache Spark, all kinds of great stuff happening out there to make all of us better technologists. So, all right, let's try and reproduce the spirit of this sample here with our simple objects, because I don't want to put together, it's a little bit of overkill to have all of these objects, all of these fields and things in here. So let's recreate this sample in spirit over here in our Blazor samples, and you see what we can do to figure out and make sure that we start wiring up those buttons so that they do properly trigger. And when we figure out how the sample works, and get it working, we'll go back and write a couple unit tests to ensure that functionality continues to work. Brian got to see some MVP Summit sessions. It was much harder to join because of work and kids at home. Brian, that's something I've heard a bit of. Yeah, when MVP Summit is an in-person event and you're away from home and you're away from your job, and this is the same thing with any other conference, you're able to focus and be in the moment at that training event, at that educational opportunity. Being at home like this, unfortunately, for many of us who are on a little bit of social distancing and isolation here, you do get distracted because you have kids, you've got families, and empty cup I tipped over, and you want to make sure that they get proper attention as well. So it is a delicate balancing act, and those of us who do work remotely, we're pretty good at that. But there are times where you can't 100% focus. That's just the way it is. So, message hurt. Thank you, Brian, for sharing. So, the Bald Bearded Builder is a member of the Live Coders community. Got to make sure I call that out. Just like Brian Lagunas and Callow Creation here. Yes. Every MVP is different. Azure Sharp is an Azure MVP. I don't know who Azure Sharp is. But you rarely attend MVP events, summits, or provide feedback. You focus on delivering content in person and online. Some of your MVP colleagues focus on product feedback and have a much deeper technical expertise. Yep, there are many different ways MVPs contribute. Feedback, educational content online, technical leadership, building a new product that integrates with Azure or .NET or Visual Studio or Windows or Power Platform. Those are all ways that MVPs contribute in different ways. There we go. Thank you, Brian, for the shout out for the Bald Bearded Builder. Bang! Shout outs are limited to VIPs and moderators in channel. There we go. Thank you, Ancient Coder. Let's get over and let's see if we can replicate this sample a little bit further. So I'm going to exit here and go over to my samples project. And I think this is a good model that I'm using. And Brian Lagunas manages the Prism project that provides a little bit of scaffolding and framework for you to build your WPF and other XAML-based applications. So, Brian, what I've done here is, you see, I have a samples folder that has some sample projects that show a little bit of integration being done, and I have a source folder there as well that has the source for these components right next to the unit test project for the components, so I can have those things that are building and verifying in one location and the things that are demonstrating somewhere else, and documents over here. Love it. Look at that. I got some approval from Brian Lagunas. Can you believe it?
Inconceivable!
No, it's not. No, Brian's a good guy. It's okay. Let's do this. So I'm going to go into samples. I'm going to go to after Blazor server side. Let's go down into my, that's not right. That's not right. Pages, and we're in FormView as we're working, control samples. FormView. All right. So I already have simple here. That's that simple, just read-only mode. Show me these things. Let me copy this, and let's call this edit mode, right? Or edit, right? So that this is the one that we'll create that allows you to illustrate how you edit with the form view. So I'm going to change the top line here, line 1. This is the page directive that says where should the web server be listening to present this content. Well, I'm not going to listen on simple where that one was. I'm going to listen on form view edit. And oh no, what did I do? Don't do that. That was bad. See that I was using control navigation instead of the Vim navigation. That was a problem. So let me go over here. Form view with edit capabilities, we'll call this. Okay. And this time, get rid of all this. This is a simple form view. I'm overusing the word simple. This is a form view with edit capabilities. Right? Frank!
Bucheros raided my stream with 7 viewers.
Thank you so much, Frank. I appreciate the raid. Welcome on in here. How's it going, friends? My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're working on some Blazor content here using it as part of Minimal March. Yes. It's Frank. There he is. Frank's another member of the Live Coders team. But my Minimal March theme that we're doing here, it's all text editor. It's all at the command line. Writing.net on Linux. There you go. Thank you for the defend. Yes. I'm going to work on a defense video. It's coming. There's Brian with some Brian faces going by there. There we go. It's not fluffy Bucheros. No. Oh my goodness, a bunch of live coders here. That's so awesome. Thank you so much, friends. All of our teammates hanging out here this morning. Very much appreciate that. Curious Drive says 17 followers away from affiliate. Can we get a shout out for Curious Drive? Maybe we can help push them over those 17 followers here. Help Curious Drive get to affiliate. Alka, thank you for the host. Gareth, appreciate the Curious Drive shout out. Thank you so much. We are, look at this, 26 from 10,000. And we've only got about 30 minutes left. If we get those 26 additional followers today, I will put on the squirrel costume and I will wear it on Sunday. See, you can tell Dee Dee Walsh is in here because she'd be screaming from the hills. No. Thank you for the follow, the big Indian guy. Welcome in. Leading Lady is here. Welcome in, Leading Lady. Good to see you. I didn't see you. Surly Dev is here. There we go. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate the support that we give to some of the folks that are just starting their streaming journey here. Encouraging other folks and getting them started, helping them take those beginning steps. Streaming goes a long way. Tim Blazor with the resub.
Tim_Blazor
So much going on here. I'm not going to be able to pay attention.
It's been a while, haven't been here.
That's okay,
How is
Tim.
everyone?
We're doing great. Thank you for tuning in. You tried unfollowing and following again, Bryant? No, it doesn't work like that. Leading Lady's been lurking and working. I like that. Lurking and working. Nice being able to do this since Twitch is blocked at work. Oh, man. Hope they see some value in this. Thank you for the follow. Don Bots. Welcome in. Curious Drive loves the community. I do, too. And honestly, if I didn't have a meeting at noon that I had to get to, I would keep on streaming for the rest of the day. But I can't. I gotta work. So, you're also working on a Blazor project. Very cool, Curious Drive. It's a pretty good idea to enable saving. Yes, Alka, very good point. If you want to be a member of the Live Coders team, if that's something that you want to do, if you want folks to be able to find your content, save your past broadcasts so that when folks navigate over to your channel and they go click and say, hey, let me see what other things this person's been doing, having those extra videos there helps. Thank you so much for the follow. Who do we got joining us? Arachnet. Welcome in. Is there a new version of Blazor? We're on 3.2 is the version number that's going to be released here in May as the target. We're at 3.2 Preview 2. It's not a new version, but it's bug fixes and locking down features for that release. Do I have a plan to make some live session with my colleagues as I did in the past? Yes. I definitely want to do that, especially during the break here. We'll get to that. We will absolutely get to that. Let me see if we can put together and figure out what this edit form is going to look like. So I have an item template that has just our list of, these are widgets, right? A widget is a sample piece of data that we conjured. I'm going to show you what a widget looks like real quick here. I'm just going to walk up. I put it in this folder here, shared sample objects. That's a .NET standard project. That means it can be referenced by both the WebForms application and a Blazor application because it adheres to a standard. A widget's just very simple. It's got a name, a price, an ID, and a last update date. Very simple object, just so that we can put stuff on the screen. And in fact, I put some methods here so that you could just generate a list of widgets from memory. I don't really care what they are, but for the purpose of a sample, I don't need to access a database. Just give me a list of these things, just bogus data that we can paint on the screen so we can say, there they are. So that's what a widget is. So right now, we just have this item template each one is a table that says, here's the name, here's the price, and here's the ID of it at the end. So that's okay for what the item looks like. What we want to do is we also want to put down here at the bottom, and we can do this now, we want to put a button, right? And we're going to put a command name of edit, I believe is what it was suggested we do here, right? Let me scroll down, see what the sample had that we're emulating the sample. That's the update. Let me scroll back up here. Edit. Okay. We're going to put some text on it that is the word edit. Okay, so we'll put that also. Text equals edit. All right. And we're not actually handling anything here. So that's all I need for that button, hopefully, so that we can trigger an edit for this object. That's the goal. That's what we want it to do. The flip side, right, so we have an item template that says here's what this looks like, is we have the edit item template here, and it has the formatting of what that's going to look like, text boxes and the like. So edit item template, and we'll make this look like a table, right? And we'll put a TR here. Let's put a label here that says a name, right? And I'll just put a field next to it, and we'll tell it to bind to item.name, right? Something like that. I think that's how that works, right? Next row, right? And I'm trying to make this uber simple, just so we can see if it works and what we need to fix. Let's put price, and I'm not going to get wrapped up in the price formatting here. Input at bind, not bid, bind equals item dot price. Do I want to put a two strings? Let's see what happens with that. Okay, so now we've got that. We could do this with some other markup. I don't need to show the ID. That should be enough. I see a couple comments there in the chat room. Let me come back to it in just a second. So last, right, is we're going to put a TD here, and we need to put the update and cancel buttons that you see at the bottom of it, right? So they kind of look like this. Text, command name. So it's update and cancel are the two buttons that we're going to place. So let's do that. Button text equals update. Command name equals update. Go figure. And let's put a non-breaking space in between that, because that's how you do things in that old web forms way. Tab that over, put this over here. Button text equals cancel, because we want to be able to cancel and say, oh, I didn't mean to edit that thing, right? Cancel, and I think that's all we need, right? Let's save that out. And is that it? Is that all I needed?
Boom goes the dynamite.
That should have been it, right? Let me take a look at the chat room. What's going on over here? Wish you could stream work, but you'd get plenty of hours in. Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Is there a new okay, I got to that question. Frank asks, if I want to play with the WebAssembly today, do I need .NET 5 correct? No, you don't. You need .NET Core. You should use .NET Core 3. They call it 3.2 is the version of WebAssembly. It sits on top of .NET Core 3.1. So you need the .NET 3.1.200 SDK, I think is the version. And you need to install the templates for Blazor, which Blazor is versioned 3.2. .NET Core is versioned 3.1. It's a little confusing, and it's because Blazor is being finished and it's not shipping in the same band as the same release and support as .NET Core 3.1. So I see there's a mention there about I've got a typo. I'll come back to that in a second. Oh, you're right. I see it there. So make sure if you want to install and you want to get started with Blazor, go to blazor.net, blazor.net, and you can get some help there. You're right. Over here on line 41, I've got command name. That's not right. There it is. Thank you. Look at that. Pair programming at its best. You're welcome, Curious Drive, for the follows. Thank you for the coffee command, Tim. Coding is so much fun. It's more fun when there are coders in the room hanging out with you. Amen to that. One second here. Take care of this, and over here, no. Something, strange things are afoot. Okay. Let's see. No, we're good there. Over here. Fantastic. All right, get back into this. So we saved that. What? It should have. Yep. I think that should have been a rebuild of our project right there. So let's give this a shot. Where is it? After Blazor. Run this. No, I didn't put any links in to get to it. All right, let's put some links in to get to this. Simple form view. We need a navigation element here so that you can navigate to it, right? Save that. Yeah. Let's go up to the navigation, which is in. The tree view is in. It's in the shared folder. There we go. Form view. There we go. Went right past it. I'm going to paste that in, and we're going to change this from simple to, I think, was it just edit? Is that what I called it? Edit? Yeah. Okay. So edit, and we'll call this, we'll change the text to edit form. Save that. Oh, we got some build errors here. I think I know what the build errors are too. We also need that nav element. Yeah, nav. There it is. We need the nav element. All right. So let's write a quick nav element here. I'm going to copy it in from grid view. Look at that. I started typing copy. Nav. I'm going to copy that here. And let's update that so that instead of it being grid view, it's form view simple. And we'll change this to say back form view. This one will go back. Then we don't need that one. We only have 2 samples so far. We'll change this to form. And it is edit. And let's say editable form. I think that makes sense. Rebuild that. Let's see this thing kick off right. .NET Watch doesn't see new files in kickoff. Is something that I'm seeing. Yes, Tim. Now you can use Blazor.net for mobile apps. So you can, but there's Blazor. There's mobile bindings for Blazor. They started kicking around the acronym of MBB, Mobile Bindings for Blazor. I was saying, call it Mo Blazor. Have I got an Iron Man hat? Asks Marcus Voice Programmer. I don't, but I have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hat with Nick Fury on it. I have a Thor hat. Let me know. I'll change up hats for you. Absolutely, Marcus. Icarus says, these mechanical key sounds are making me rethink your setup. For favorite... These are blues. These are cherry blues that I use here. You can execute the keyboard command and learn more about it. The mobile Blazor bindings are pretty cool. They're going to be doing... They're going to be... It's still an experiment. It's not fully supported, but it's something they're exploring to make that development easier. So here, the error we have is unrecognized child content. The component accepts child content through the following top-level items. Ooh. It's because we have that edit item template isn't a thing yet. So we've added edit item template. We need to make that a thing inside of our component. So let me head back over here and let's actually start adding that feature. So that's in source, Blazor Web Components, FormView. There we go. So I need to add, just like we have item template here, right? I'm going to create another, put some space there, and we will call this edit item template. Hello. Thank you. Let's see. Rebuilding. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. That's better. Jean Valjean. That's coder 24601. Did I get it right this time? Did I get the number right? So good to see you, Jean Valjean. Welcome back in. Gareth hates the sound of mechanical keyboards. Oh, I'm so sorry. So you run Browns. Okay. I got the number right. Good to see you. Welcome in, my friend. Unrecognized child content inside FormView. Accepts edit item template, child components. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Well, that ran successfully running those tests. So what did I do wrong? I have edit item template. So what other child content is it seeing? Let me put this sample up top here so we can take a look while we're looking at the sample output here. I think that makes sense, right? Yeah, here we are. Edit for the form view. Okay. So form view, item template, edit item template. Right, so we closed the table. We closed... Right, did we close all of our tags? Yes. Unrecognized child content inside form view. Edit item template, and child components. What am I missing? What could it be? Am I missing a close on something? Gosh. I'm checking all of my tags here to make sure that it's complete. Let's do this. Let's see if we can narrow this down quick. I'm gonna just comment out a block of this. Thank you. Just to see if we can figure out where this is. Aim to please one. There's a space on a what do we got here? There's a space with a semicolon. Where? And who was it who requested the hat change? Marcus, voice programmer. And then Thor is great. All right, give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that Thor hat real quick. Be right back. Shut up. Okay. Yeah. That's. There we go. Look at that. All right. Got the Thor hat on. If you can read it over there, it says, God of Thunder. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. There's a space with a semicolon. Says aim to please one. Where is it? Right? It's not inside the edit item template. Yeah, Marcus likes it. All right, good. If it's not in there, where did I? All right, now I'm confused. 41. I went scrolling past it how many times? That should be okay over there. The NBSP, the non-breaking space, that should be okay. Hey, Veronica Geek, hello. I mean, and now it's commented out. See, it's inside the slash the star slash. How you doing, Veronica? What am I missing? What am I missing?
I'm Scott. I'm new here.
Welcome in. How do you pronounce that? Slawei? Welcome in. Thank you for bringing your Twitch Prime subscription. And that's going to give you 17 emotes. You're going to get to throw emotes at my face. Turn off the ads here on the channel. And of course, we're going to make a donation to code.org. Thank you so much for the support. Sunny in Scotland. Oh my goodness. Sunny in Scotland. That's like sunny in Seattle. This doesn't happen. So I'm missing something else here. I still don't know what it is. Let's comment out some more and see if we can find it. I'm gonna jump right in here and just comment out the rest of this. See what we get this building. Sunny in England too, Gareth! Oh my goodness, how is this happening? Kates, you're right. Unrecognized child content inside of FormView. Wow. I feel really bad. Edit Razor line 47. Maybe it's there on line 47. Edit item template. No, that can't be it. That can't be it. I'm just going to delete everything. No, undo that. Let's copy that file before we go anywhere else. Edit.razor to edit.old.razor. Okay. Now let's delete it. Get rid of those. Yeah, delete that also. So now I just have FormView. Now I just have FormView. There's nothing else there. Show me. Unrecognized child content inside FormView. Now there's no child content. And it's still pointing at... Oh, it's looking at edit old razor. It's looking at the old file. Let's call this edit.old. I don't care. I want it named something else so it doesn't inadvertently run it. Okay, that worked. Okay, because there's nothing in it now. All right. So if I have item template, right? Item.name. I don't care. That works, right? Does line 24TR have an NTR? I thought it did. That works, it's compiled. Okay. So there's that T. Are you kidding? Aim to please. Or I think you found it. I think you found it. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Inconceivable!
Okay. I think you got it. Edit razor. It's doing too many things. We've angered the PC. Yeah, with all of this commented out, it shouldn't have even seen it. But you're absolutely right. That's one of the benefits of a proper IDE, is that it sees that this is a thing here. Let's force the reboot. The restart. PC gone mad. Yeah, I've given it a little bit too much. Lily Hazel is here! Oh my goodness. It's Lily. Welcome in. When you don't have the red squiggles to point out your wrong code. Amen, friends. Amen. Look at that. Now we've got our navigation, and it's over here also. I can click over to here. We have an edit button, and it doesn't actually do anything yet. We need to wire that up. How you doing, Lily Hazel? Good to see you. Yeah, my PC was rejecting me. So I think after fighting that little bit of stupidity, I think I need to wrap up here because I have a noon meeting that I need to get to. It's noon here on the East Coast of the United States. So let me check in that sample code so we can call it a day here, write a little bit more of that code to activate and get the sample working offline, build some unit tests for that, and get those buttons connected. I'm going to jump up here, exit this. See, this Lily shows up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, gotta run! No, kidding. Totally kidding. I'm going to go right to dev, BlazorWebFormsComponents, add all the things that we were working on here today, and I'm going to commit those. Started working on a sample FormView with edit capabilities. Thank you so much for the follow. Gorkum, welcome in. And I'll push that change out so you can see it out there in the repository if you want to take a look. If you want to contribute, maybe you want to write a little bit of documentation. It's all available on the GitHub. Yeah, that's right. That's how it is, Lily. Let's set up for a raid. Let's make sure we support some other folks that are streaming out here. Stay away from people. Wash your hands. Have a great weekend. Don't touch your face. I've been washing my hands religiously here. Let's see. You know, here's a new member of the Live Coders team. They're working on music theory in Python with Vim, Twitch, and Tmux integration. We need to raid. Let's raid BeginBot. If you're out there, that's not the raid command. That is. If you're out there in the chat room and you want to follow along with us, copy this first line on your clipboard. If you're not a subscriber, copy the second line. Get ready. We're going to go raid BeginBot. All right. This video, like all my other videos, it's available here on Twitch. It will be available over on the YouTube channel. Wait a sec. I was about to do that. All right, we're going to have to take a minute here. Welcome in, raiders. Thank you so much. I was about to raid BeginBot. Thank you so much for the raid, but we're wrapping up. We're getting ready to head over to see somebody else. I know, Gallo. I know. My goodness. I'm going to have to pay it forward here. It's such perfect timing. You're right, Celtic. You're right. thank you so much, Raiders. I'm sorry, I'll have to catch you another day as we're getting ready to end here. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see. My goodness. Who else do we have out here that we can raid? My goodness. These aren't the people that I'm following. That's literally not the people that I'm following. You know who we're going to raid? Yeah, we're going to raid somebody who just became a streamer last night. A live coder last night. We're going to raid I Develop Things. And they're doing a little bit of Laravel and some JavaScript. All right, here we go. So let's put the raid call out one more time. And let's raid I Develop Things. They're intended for mature audiences, just to let you know. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll pay it forward. We're going to go support our new live coder team member. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And I will see you on Sunday, right back here at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, 1400 UTC. Get the squeaky raid hammers ready. There you go. All right. Take care, friends. See you on Sunday.